Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another experiment where today we're taking a look at Linfield and what would happen if they were in the English Football League. So it's not normal for a Northern Irish team to move into the English leagues, but we thought we'd try it today. So before we get started, of course, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this and lots more to come. But today, Linfield, they're a team that have done very, very well in Northern Ireland and certainly would be interesting to see how they get on in the Football League or in the English League. So they've been moved to the Vanarama National League North, as obviously they're in Northern Ireland, so they'll be up the top there. They've kept their same team, the usual sort of system of having the same setup completely. They've still got the Champions League to compete in, so that's still available to them this season. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But otherwise, it's the usual stuff for them in the Vanarama National League North. Fourth qualify FA Cup, FA Trophy, you know, the good stuff. So what we'll do is we'll jump ahead every now and then, see how they get on over the years, and see how high they can rise in the leagues. So we've jumped a year on from where we were last, and it looks like they've matched their media prediction. It seems like they've finished in first place in the National League North, very comfortably as well. They look like they've dominated the league. Greg Taylor getting the highest average rating, so that looks quite nice. Ultimately, very comfortable for them. They've won the league very, very easily in the end. Schedule-wise, how did they get on in the Champions League? So they got to the Europa Conference League knockouts, or the qualifying knockouts, I should say, where they did end up getting knocked out by KF Tutra, which ate into their league campaign a little bit. But they were able to then carry on throughout the leagues, get into the first round of the FA Cup, playing Cambridge United, and getting knocked out in the FA Trophy in the third round against Solihull Moors. And they went on a massive run of wins, ending on a draw, but ultimately winning the league, which was very, very good. Transfer-wise, did they make any big transfers? They obviously are seen as rich, especially in the league that they're in. But it doesn't look like too much has gone down with regards to funds. I mean, they've spent a few thousand, received a few thousand, but nothing crazy. So we'll jump ahead again, see any more progress and how they get on. Okay, so we've jumped around 3 years on now. So there's a lot of development there. As to where they're at. They're in Sky Bet League 2, so they have got some promotions in the bag, and we can actually see where they finished, which was top. So they've actually got promotion to League 1, which was very, very good for them. Interesting to see. Let's take a look at kind of their history, though. How have they got there? So they obviously got the promotion from the Vanarama National League North first year. They came third in the National League, getting promoted last year, finishing second. So they've been very much on the rise. And obviously getting that promotion from League 2 to League 1, very, very impressive indeed. Otherwise, not too shabby at all. Let's take a look at the schedule though. Any more updates on kind of any other trophies they might have received? So obviously they weren't in the Champions League or Europa Conference League or anything like that the year after, but they were very, very good. Reaching the first round of the FA Cup, losing to Forest Green 2-1. And it looks like they got to the semi-finals of the FA Trophy, just missing out, losing to Mansfield in the two legs of the semi-final. So really they did very, very well the year after. Carrying on, we can again see this is the year they got promoted from the National League, where they managed to get to the second round of the FA Cup this time, losing to Wycombe 2-0. Did they better their time as the FA Trophy? They did. They won the FA Trophy in their final time being in it, against Southend United on penalties, beating Eastleigh in the semi-finals on penalties as well. So a very, very good result for them, really, that season. And then the year after, obviously, they've just won Sky Bet League 2 at the first time of asking, being in the Papa John's Trophy for the first time. Looks like they didn't do too well in that, losing most of their games there. But FA Cup, how do they do? They got to the third round, the first round proper, losing to Southampton 2-0. So really, they did very well again. And you can see in the league, obviously, did fantastic. So that's looking very, very promising. We'll be interested to see how they continue to go in a few years. But if we take a look here, we can see the next one round. There's a few names in there, especially I'm fully aware of Sam Smart, who has left the club now, but he joined them in that year for 2,500, and a few players leaving as well for 61,000. But £205,000 spent. Finn Cousin Dawson being the big one being spent on, and he looks pretty decent for the level that they were at, especially back in the National League. Played over 100 games for them already. Jumping ahead again, £500,000. So they're obviously spending a lot of money. Tariq Uwakwe from Crawley, a very good all-round player who can so versatile. Niall Ennis, again, another very good player for the level that they're at. 19 goals and 55 appearances for him, and 3 goals in 3 games for Jamaica. So they're spending money, that's for sure. So you'd hope that they would be rising up the leagues. And we can also see here that they are bringing in a bit of cash as well. But most recently, they've sold a lot of players, 625,000. A bunch of what looks like academy players going out to the likes of Leeds and West Brom, as well as Rotherham and Sligo, for a bit of cash. So they're obviously making money. They're not too bad out. Looking at info, bank balance is £13 million. So they're making a lot of money. Their wage bill is £125,000 a week. Crikey, average wage of 1,500. So they're spending a lot of money. That's for sure. But hey, I mean, if it's working, isn't it? So they're managing to get a good side together to compete. A lot of those players looking like they're maybe coming through the academy at Linfield, and I mean, they're looking pretty good. The likes of Lowe, see, there's some lovely mentals there, and physicals aren't bad either. So they're making the most of their academy, which obviously looks like, as you see there, youth recruitment's fantastic. The coaching's not great, but if they get in first team football, probably doesn't matter too much. But with that said, let's jump one more time, another 5 years, see how they get on, and see if they can continue their rise. And here we are. We're another few years on, 2030 now. So we can take a good look here. And it looks like, to be honest, they're still in they're in the Sky Bet League 2, but I think it looks like they might have gone up and down a little bit. Let's take a look at the league. Oh, what have I done there? League table. And we can see that they are in fact in 19th. So they haven't been able to hold on to that kind of form of them rising up the leagues, but they're in League 2. They're in the Football League, which is very good. Let's take a look at their history then. So they obviously got that promotion from League 2 into League 1. An instant relegation, though, in 24th led to another instant relegation at bottom of the league again in League 2. They did end up in 6th in the playoffs. Didn't quite get promotion, but then won the National League to get promotion back to the Sky Bet League 2. So they're in and around. They're going up and down a little bit. Maybe they're back on that rebuild kind of time frame now, looking to rise up the ranks. Let's take a look at schedules, though. How have they got on over the last few years? With that said, so if we take a look here, we can see in 25-26 season, Carabao Cup, they got knocked out first round. Papa John's Trophy, not great, and knocked out in the FA Cup second round 3-2 by Maidstone. And you can just see the red and yellow. They won 2 games in the second half of the season. Yeah, that was very, very poor. No wonder they got relegated in the end. And then again, here you see once more the Papa John's Trophy. Carabao Cup, they did get through the first round, losing to Sheffield United 3-0, which isn't too bad. But yeah, Papa John's Trophy, no chance. FA Cup, first round, losing to Darlington. Again, not great. And again, a very poor season. That was their relegation period. So this is where they kind of steadied things again in 27-28. And again, not too bad. Knocked out in the FA Cup qualifying round. The FA Trophy, however, looks like they got to the semi-final against Scunthorpe, so not a bad result there for them. Jumping at one more, or 2 more, I guess we've got 28-29, which again, Vanarama National League, where they won the league. So FA Trophy, got to the third round, losing to Nantwich, but otherwise looked very, very good that season, ending up winning the league. And then finally in League 2, they've managed to also do okay. They survived, which is the main thing, I'd say, when you get promoted back to the Football League after a bit of a slump in years. Lost it in the Papa John's Trophy group stage and FA Cup first round 2-0 and Carabao Cup against Everton. So not amazing. Could have had a lot better season, but hey, it happens. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed that they've managed to get to League 2 and even get to the top of, or get to League 1 at some stage. So would be very I think it would be an interesting save to do, at least, just to see how far you could take them in the Football League. I'm sure that you could take them all the way, undoubtedly so. How easy that would be? It would be interesting to see. Transfer-wise, though, let's take a look. How much money have they been spending over the last few years? So if we take a look here, not much ins, but outs. £1 million worth of outs. Joe Lowe going and Connor Cathcart off to So, I mean, they're academy boys, aren't they? They've brought in players through the academy, sold them on for a bit of cash, which is obviously good to see, but it doesn't look like they've really put that back in. And again, 775,000 this time being sold to academies across the country. If we keep going, a little bit more spent this time. Oliver Turner coming in and Tyler Caton for money and a few more players on frees. But again, 350,000 for Ollie Robinson, who again I expect is an academy prospect. 275,000 there as well. So that's kind of the pattern. It looks like that's happened. Is they bring in players and they kind of go almost straight away because of how good they are through their academy. But with that said, I'd say that's probably where we're at. Let's take a look at the info, though, just quickly. Bank balance has dropped right off, as you can see. Average wage as well dropped right off. So that has changed massively, and I expect that's probably the partial reason for the drop-off in form and quality over the years. But there you go. A little bit of an interesting one. Ending up in League 2, kind of maybe levelling out at the top end of National League, League 2. Maybe fight for the playoffs every now and then for League 1. That's what I'd expect. But there you go. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below for any more experiments or any other ideas you've got for me. And I'll catch you in the next one.